And after you leave a like, remember to smash the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet. And remember to hit the notification bell so every time I post a video, you can know right away. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. What's up, my YouTube friends, viewers, subscribers, everybody? Welcome back to another banger motivational video. Let's get it. Ignore them. Let me say it one more time just in case you didn't get it. Ignore them. Don't let nobody tell you what to do with your life. Your life belongs to you. And whether you achieve your dream or not, wherever you are in life is fully in your hands and it's fully in your control. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do something, because you know why? Each of us are driven by different things. We're driven by skills, talent, intelligence. We're all driven in different ways. So do not let somebody else come to you and tell you you can't do something. If you really truly believe that you can do something, do it. Ignore everybody else. Ignore all the negativity, because people will literally sit down and wait for you to come forward and say, oh, you want to do this with your life, or you want to start a career, or you want to go to school to become something. They will wait, and then they come with all the nonsense. Ignore them all. Don't listen. Anything that sounds like it's not bringing nothing towards what you're doing, or you're not learning anything, ignore them. Let it go through the right ear and come back through the left ear. People, let me tell you something. The reason why 90% of people don't achieve anything, that's because they listen to what everybody else have to say. Nobody else's opinion matters. The only thing that matters, if you truly believe that you want to do something, and you truly believe that you're gifted with the talent and intelligence and the skills to pursue it, and you strongly believe that you can, ignore them. Ignore them, because people will wait. They will sit down and wait. Notice, nobody is not saying nothing until you got up and you're like, okay, I want to do this with my life. And all of a sudden, you got everybody, oh, don't do this or don't do this or don't do that. And people, they will tell you everything that you don't want to hear, just to keep you in one spot. Because like I've always said, everybody wants you to be the best you can, but not better than them. That's why when you start doing something and you start moving forward, you ever notice that you're isolated? Everyone that you thought was like there with you or started, they, all of a sudden everyone seemed like they withdraw themselves. That's because you don't need them. And let me tell you this. Everybody got the vision, but not everybody lived the dream. Everybody got the talent, but not everyone exercised their intelligence in order to push forward. Ignore them. Don't listen to nobody. If you truly believe that you can do it, do it. Do it. But there will be people, I'm telling you this because I know from experience, there will be people coming to you and try, there will be two people. The first one, they will try to stop you from moving forward, like tell you, oh, don't do this or don't do that, you're wasting your time, oh, why are you going to do this, why? There's going to be that person trying to convince you to not do something with your life. And remember, your life belongs to you. Most people want to keep you in a box on the same level. I always say, like a bird in a cage. A bird will not know how long and how far they can fly if they were brought up in a cage, which means you have them from their babies, like can't fly, and then you have them in a cage from that size till all grown up. That bird have no idea how long and how far they can fly. I call those kind of people bird in a cage. They will try to keep you in one spot and try to tell you, oh, don't do this, you're wasting your time. Don't listen to them. Ignore them. That's the first set of people that's going to try to stop you from what you're doing. The next set is the one that's going to try to manipulate what you're doing in their favor. Because you sit down, then you're like, okay, I want to do this with my life. You're going to have one set of people on the side, oh, don't do this. Why do you think you can do that? That guy around the street is like 10 years older than you and he still can't do it, but he's not you. And then you have the next set of people, oh, we should work together. Oh, you should do this and do this. And they're going to tell you all these bright ideas for you to do it so it's beneficial to them. I've been there, I'm telling you. They will try to manipulate everything that you're doing to work in their favor. Some of you guys that are like focusing on your career and focusing on your dream, and you're trying to make that step forward because you don't want to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. There will be people, oh, I think this is too hard for me. Can you do it? They're going to make it seem like they need your help. But in reality, they're using you. So they will come around and say, oh, can you help me do this? And like I always said, the definition of help is you lending like 50%. If you're doing 100%, then that's not help. That's basically somebody else using you. Don't let nobody use you for your talent and your skill, because there will be people coming around you trying to manipulate you in order for you to be beneficial to them. Because there are going to be some people, let's say YouTuber. I like using that because of my experience. So let's say you're a content creator. You're gonna have some people that's like, oh, we should work together, or we should do this together, we should do that. But when you really sit down and look at it, you're the one doing everything. The only thing that they're doing is showing up. So if you're working with somebody, there should be like two people like moving towards the main goal. You know what I mean? So not like you sitting down, like they will come and say, okay, we should work together. In your mind, you're like, okay, you're like a YouTuber, not a sidekick, or not somebody that are interested in the videos, but you don't want to be a YouTuber, because those people are different. But you're gonna have some people that they want to be a YouTuber, they want to be a content creator, they don't have the bright ideas like you, then they want to do everything and then post what you guys make on their channel, which means they want to grow their stuff from you. And then you got like other set of people that are like, okay, I'm a YouTuber, you're a YouTuber, let's link up and we make, say, 4, 6. It have to be an even number, which means if we make 2, 1 for you, 1 for me. If we make 4, 2 for you, 2 for me. That's how I see it. If you're YouTubers and you're working together, you should be making like even between 2 people, not 6 for you and 0 for me. And then by the time you're done, by the time it's done, and then before I say, okay, I have one more idea, let's do this, and you're like, I'm good. No, 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 no. There's gonna be people like that. Avoid them, ignore them. Focus on what you're doing. If it doesn't seem like they're passionate or interested and trying to make that step forward the same as you, ignore them. Don't listen to them, because they will try to use you. If you don't know the difference between help and use, then you're in big trouble. That's why what you ever feel like you're trying to move forward with your life, and then all of a sudden you feel like there's a bunch of weight on you because you got everybody telling you can't do it, and then you got everybody else telling you that you should do this for them. You never had that happen to you before? Bro, ignore them. Ignore them. If you listen to them, you'll get nowhere. And if you listen to them, you'll use all your time and energy and effort into somebody else. Notice, if you're the type of person that's like motivational driven, where you really want something and you possess the ability to help somebody else, you help them and they're on the grind, right? You pause your stuff to help them. So, like they're taking off, their stuff is moving forward. Notice when you remove yourself, they can't move forward. Because your energy is the reason why they feel like they can do it, and they feel like they can achieve it, because you are the one doing everything, because you were invested. What if you did the same for your channel? Remember, you are the one that won it. So what if all the time that you spend invested in somebody else's stuff? What if you invest that in your stuff? Because like I always say to people, if you really love doing it, your brain would automatically find more ideas in order to get it done. I'm telling you, if you love something, look at how easy it is for you to learn something if you love it. Look at it. If you say you love editing pictures or videos or anything, if you love doing it, you can get a new app right now at this moment, and then you play with it. Eventually, in less than 5 hours, you'll learn how to use it, if you know what I mean. So when you truly love something and you're really passionate about it, you learn it quicker. If you're not interested, you'll never figure it out. Me, I'm not a mechanic. I don't know nothing about cars. If you put me there, I'm not interested. You're gonna be like, okay, you connect this tube to that thing there, and this go. I'm gonna be standing looking at you like, yeah. If you ask me what you just said, no idea. I'm not interested. That's why I pay somebody else to get it done, because I don't know. But if you're truly interested in something, go for it. Go for it. Do not let nobody hold you back. Ignore everything that they're saying. People always say something in order to keep you on the same level. If you're within a group of friends, and then everybody's like, don't want to get a job, broke, don't want to do nothing with themselves, and then you are the one that got up and say, you know what? This broke life, it ain't for me. I want to do something with my life. I want to go get a job. I want to save some money. I want to buy a car. I want to buy some clothes. I want to buy some sneakers. I want to do something with my life. You're gonna have those 9 other friends that decide that they want to be broke. You're gonna have all of them. You don't need no job. You don't need this. You don't need that. Bro, listen to me. Ignore them. The reason why you are where you are is because you listen to them. I'm not saying ignore everything, but you ignore what seems like it's trying to steer you away from where you're going. Because trust me, there will be people trying to steer you away from where you're heading. Because nobody wants you to move forward. They all want everyone to sit down and talk about how hard life is. Why would you sit down and talk about how hard life is when you can get up and do something about it? If you know what I mean. Why would you sit down and say, oh, we ain't got no money? There's so much place hiring. But a lot of people, oh, I want to start my dream, but I need the money to do it. So why don't you go get a job? Everything that you want to do costs money. You want to go to school for lawyer, doctor, teacher, whatever you want to go to school for, it costs to get it. What are you going to do? Sit down and hope you magically win the lottery? You're not even buying lottery tickets. So how are you going to win? You'll never win. You'll never get it. Listen to me. A 9 to 5, I look at a 9 to 5 job as a stepping stone. Because whatever it is that you want, you need money to get it. Let me use content creator again. You want to be a content creator? You need money to buy a phone. You need money to buy a selfie stick. You need money to buy a tripod. You need money to buy a microphone. If you want to buy a camera, you need money to buy a camera. If you need a ring light to hold your phone like me now, that you can see the ring here, you need money to buy it. So whatever it is that you want, you need money to buy it. How are you going to sit down being broke and you want all this stuff, but you never go send out an application and you never made a resume to get a job? You never go sign up nothing to get a job just so you can get the money to do what you're trying to do? Because you're looking at, oh, I don't want to work for nobody else. You have to work for somebody else to get the money to invest it in what you're doing. You have to do it. Unless you're one of the lucky ones that you're brought up and your parents spoil you and then you have all this money. But even if you're spoiled, you'll lose it all, because if you didn't learn how to get it, you'll eventually lose it. But let's say your family got some money. Not everyone is lucky to be brought up and then your family be like, oh, what you want to do with yourself? Oh, I want to become a doctor. Then your parents are like, okay, here's the money, boom. Go pay your student fee and then go do this and go do that. Not everyone is lucky like you. Some people have to get a regular job, start way from the bottom. But trust me, the ones that start from the bottom, that literally had nothing handed to them, like they didn't inherit nothing, that they literally grow from the bottom all the way to the top, that hit harder than when you inherit everything. Because you know why? When you inherit stuff, you didn't grow throughout the process. Notice people with money, their kids don't know how to act. People that don't have money, look at their kids. Their kids are more disciplined. Their kids are brought up in a certain way where they see that, my parents didn't have enough money, but they grew up, know how it feels to not have it, so they want it all. And then you got people that have a lot of money that spoil their kids. Not saying you can't, but when you do spoil your kids, all you do is make them not know how to earn it. Then when they not know how to earn it, then they grow up, then they don't know how to get it, then they will lose everything. Ignore them. Don't listen to nobody. If they're not coming and on the same not say level, but on the same road as you, don't listen to them. Do not listen to them. Ignore everything that they have to say. They are not going to tell you nothing positive. If you want to be a rapper or a singer and somebody else come and they don't sound like, or they're not passionate about being a singer, why are you doing stuff with them? All you're doing is wasting your time, and they're draining your energy. If you notice, when you want to do something and you hang around people that have different interests, notice you're more drained than when you're around people that are passionate about the same thing. Then it's fun, because you could get up and you're like, you know what, I want to do this. You put yourself around a bunch of people that are not interested. It's more irritating and frustrating when you're done. That when you're done, you did one stuff for the whole day, and as soon as you get home, you can't even edit the video. You just jump straight into bed and you just boom, lights out. That's it. And then you can put yourself around different people that are on the same road as you. Then it's fun. That way, in less than 4 hours, you get a lot of stuff done for you and me. That's just how it is. Ignore them. Do not let nobody use you. Do not make nobody manipulate you. And do not listen to them tell you can't do something, because only you know what you can and can't do. You got the gifts, the talent, and the skills for a reason. Not everybody get it. It could be your parents telling you can't do something, but you don't got the same skills as your parent. You don't got the same talent as your parent. Your parent may be, say, a lawyer, and then they trying to make you a lawyer like them, because everybody always seems like they want their kids to be exactly like them. But let's say your parents is like a lawyer or a surgeon, or something big, and then you're like, you know what, my dad's a lawyer and my mom's a nurse. And then the parents are going to say, you know what, maybe he's going to want to be like me or want to be something like you. What if you're like, you want to be a teacher? You want to be something different. Not everybody want to be the same thing. So your parents may tell you, oh, I'm sending you to law school. I'm not going to send you to become a teacher. If you feel like you want to become a teacher, then that's a road you have to walk on your own. You don't got the same gifts as your parent. I'm telling you this right now, because a lot of people think they inherit their parents' gift. Like, if you got a parent that like mentally strong, they raise you how they think you should be raised, which means they raise you exactly like them. If they're strong mind, or they're a business owner, or they're something, they raise you the same way, because they're hoping you'll be the same thing as them. But what if you want to be something different? What if your parents are like hard workers, where they work 9 to 5? They work for somebody else, and then you grow up, and then you're like, you know what? I see my mom and my dad working 9 to 5. I don't want to work no 9 to 5. I want to have my own business. Your same parents may be the one telling you, oh, it's too much work, it's too much problem, you're going to be bankruptcy. What if you are mentally stronger than they are? See? That's just how life is. You have to ignore them. It could be like your parents only want the best for you, but at the end of the day, whatever you achieve with your life is fully in your hands, because you don't want to be 35 to 40 years sitting down looking back, talking about, oh, you could have did this and you could have did that. Nope. Because me, I'm not living my life like that. I never live my life like that. Anything that sounds like it's not going in the same direction as me, or it doesn't sounds like it's doing nothing pertaining to what I'm doing, I don't listen to it. I don't really pay attention to it. That's just how I am. Because I've seen it over and over and over and over and over again. One guy got up and said, oh, I want to do this with my life, and you got everybody, oh, don't do this. Why you think you can do that? Don't do this. This. Ignore them all. They could be your friends. They could be your family. Ignore them, because the older you get, is the more you'll come to realize that whatever is going on in your life is fully in control in your hands. If you're like kids growing up and you think, oh, we all need to be on the same level, the moment you hit 20, 25, and going up, you're going to notice that you and all your friends and family are on different levels. And nobody want to outgrow nobody. But the difference is, if you're the type that you got up and you decide that you want to do something with yourself, and your friends want to sit down on the same level, do not make yourself less in order for them to feel more. They should be the one aiming for stuff the same as you. Ignore them all. I'm telling you, there will be people trying to control you, trying to control what you're doing. You can be in a relationship and you were nothing, and then you be in a relationship and you're bonding with somebody, and then you start growing, and then you have everybody jealous of you. Oh, leave her. She ain't good enough. He ain't good enough. Oh, this and that. You're gonna have all those people, but it's up to you to know what you want, and it's up to you to know what you're doing. You could be working with, like working a regular 9 to 5 job, and then you're gonna have people there 5 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years. And then you're there for 3 years, and then you're like, you know what? I saved up 10 grand. I want to open my own business. You're going to have those same people that you work with telling you, oh, you can't do this or you can't do that. Because people only tell you based off their own ability. So if somebody can't do something, they're going to tell you you can't do it. Because if you ask somebody something, first thing they do is they look within themselves and they see if they can see themselves doing it. If they don't see themselves doing it, they're going to say no to you. That's why you have to ignore them. Because let's say you can read. Not a lot of people can read. But a person that can't read may tell you, oh, don't waste your time looking at that sign because you can't read it. That's just how they are. A person that don't know how to do something, they're going to tell you you can't do it. I'm a YouTuber. I'm not going to go listen to somebody that's not doing anything pertaining to YouTube because there's nothing they can tell me. But if I go to a random guy and be like, yo, I want to be a YouTuber. You got any advice for me? They're gonna say, bro, don't even try it. I got a couple friends from way back when say they want to do YouTube, and it's been probably 7 years now, and they're still nowhere. So if you're starting, I wouldn't even recommend starting because you won't finish. What if I'm more creative than those people? What if I'm more talented than those people? What if I can do or say something that they can't do? You see what I'm saying? So if you listen to people, bad energy or bad negative words, I should say, you'll get nowhere. You have to ignore them. You know what you can do. You know what your ability is. You know everything about you. So why are you making somebody else telling you what you can or can't do? Do not listen. Let me tell you something. Do not listen to nobody. Do not let nobody tell you can't or you can't do something. You know what you can do. You're fully aware of your abilities. You're fully aware of what you can do. So how are you going to make somebody else tell you can't do it? And then you're the one sitting down thinking about it. Oh, they say I can't do it, so I won't do it. Like, what? No, 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 no. Ignore them. No, no, no. Put all that nonsense to the side. Put all of it over there. No. Put it over there, man. Put it over there. Do not listen to them. Ignore them. Ignore them. Don't listen to them. Because a lot of people have, let's say, they got the vision and they have the ability, but the reason why they're nowhere, they didn't exercise their intelligence nor them skills to move forward. Because let me tell you something. When you really love something, the longer you spend doing something, the more advanced you get at doing it. If you do something every day, you get more advanced the more you do it. But the reason why you're not advanced as you are, because you never started. You never made the step forward because you were listening to everybody telling you you can't do it, and you have the ability. Maybe you're sitting down and you're like, oh, you don't understand me because I think I can do it because you got the vision. You know what you can do, but everybody else is telling you can't do it. Why are you listening to them? Do not listen to them. Do not let them tell you what you can or can't do, who you are, what you need to do. No, 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 no. Whether you achieve your dream or not is fully in your control. Your parent needed to be successful. Doesn't matter in what area you chose. Your parent wanted the best for you. Doesn't mean you have to listen to them. Their best for you may be different from your best for you. Your parent may want to see you working a regular job, but you're like, you know what? I don't want to work no regular job. I want to make money. I want to travel the world. To your parents, their best for you is you working, taking care of yourself, paying your bills, paying your rent, buying a second-hand car. That's their best for you. That's what they want to see. But what if you're like, you know what? I don't want to pay rent. I want to pay a mortgage. I don't want to buy a second-hand car. I want to buy a brand new car. I don't want to work for somebody else. I want to have my own business. Oh, I don't want to take 3 week off for vacation and my pay short. I want to travel the world and still be getting paid. See what I'm saying? So your parents' best for you may be different from your best for you. So maybe even your parents you have to ignore. Not say you have to ignore them completely, but ignore what they're saying. Because it may hold you back. You may want to start, but you're scared to start because of, oh, I don't want to disappoint them. I want to do this. No. Garbage. I'm telling you this right now. Stop that. That's garbage. Do not listen to nobody. Ignore them all. Don't let nobody tell you what you can or can't do. That's the reason why you're absolutely nowhere. And you know why? You never started. And you still haven't started. Because you're worrying about what others may say. Don't worry about what nobody say. People will talk regardless. If you ain't doing nothing with your life, they're gonna say you're not doing nothing with your life. If you got up and you say you want to work, they're gonna say, oh, he's working now. If you want to start your own business, oh, he's starting his own business. No matter what you do, people will talk. So what's the difference from you sitting down doing nothing and they're talking versus you getting up and pushing forward? Why? You're scared that when you're pushing forward, you may fail and they may laugh at you? You haven't failed until you quit. So if you keep pushing forward, then you haven't failed. You only fail once you decide to quit and stop. Then they'll laugh at you. But when you keep pushing forward and you keep growing, they'll never call you a failure. So if that's what you're running from, nope. Sad to say, you need to keep pushing forward. But it always ended up a way where people start something and it's not as how it seems to them. And then as soon as they're like, oh, when they make the first couple of steps forward, then they look within themselves and then they're like, whew, this is harder than I thought. That's when you need to put more, that you need to do more. Because nothing is easy and nothing happened overnight. Ignore them. Do not let nobody tell you what you can or can't do. You need to ignore them. I'm telling you. They're the reasons why you're not getting nowhere. So you want to live a regular life when you got the vision and the intelligence to make yourself better than the average guy? You already saw the vision. You already know what your life should be. You already know what you're interested in. You already know what you can do. So why are you sitting down in a box listening to everybody else? Because everybody, if you notice, people that talk the most crap are the ones that are doing absolutely nothing with themselves. You ever notice that? The ones that are broke always criticize the one that are trying to get some money. You never notice this? People that are doing nothing, you know why? They have nothing to do. So they have more time to criticize everybody else. So if all they do is sit down and criticize you, they have a lot of time on their hands. So what are you going to do? Sit down with them just so you can satisfy them and be broke with them? Or you rather get up and do something with yourself? Let them criticize regardless. They're going to be the same one sit down and watching you. When you start your business, they're going to be the same one, maybe the first set of customers that decide to buy your product. Because they're going to say, oh, I know him. He's been doing this for 5 years. He's selling products. Now let me try this product to see what it is. And if they like it, then they're going to tell everybody. Then all of a sudden, you're not the bad guy anymore. Ignore them. Ignore them. Do not let them tell you what you can or can't do. Ignore them. Because there will be people trying to manipulate you. Trust me. If you haven't experienced it before, wait until you make that one step forward. And I strongly recommend, when you make that step forward, make sure you find people that are on the same mission as you. So that way, everything is not harder as how it seems. Trust me. Ignore them. Hope this message was useful to some of you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned. Your boy will be back doing more stuff. You go enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I post daily on them.